started out straight out of high school. I joined the Marines in '93. Uh, I hurt my right knee when I was in boot camp, and which I didn't pay any attention to it then. I didn't know anything about getting compensated and the VA. I didn't know any of that stuff. Uh, so I made it through there. Uh, my first duty station was Okinawa, Japan. I hurt my lower back there. Went through some therapy and stuff while I was there. Came home. Uh, Made it through my 4 year enlistment there. I got out. I did some carpenter work for a while, and my back started bothering me. A couple years after that, um, after I gotten out, then 4 years after I gotten out, I joined the Guard, the Army National Guard, that is. And 2 years later, I got hired on full time. And as the years went by, my right knee and my lower back progressed in pain. I went to see um, a specialist on my knee in '06, and he diagnosed me with a 85% tear in my meniscus. Uh, but I didn't. He didn't have surgery or anything. He just gave me some anti-inflammatories, and I went through some physical therapy stuff, and it got better. But I was still young then. So as the years progressed, and I kept running, doing PT tests once a year in the Guard, and of course, all the training I had to do up to the PT test every year, it just progressed and it got worse, as well as my lower back did. I hurt my right elbow. Uh, don't know how I hurt it, but right before I went to see a specialist on my elbow right before I deployed to Iraq in '09, and I wasn't able to do my follow up with him because we were over there. So I wound up having to get my elbow got so bad that I couldn't even straighten my arm out. So I wound up having to get another shot to finish out my duration over there. So when I got back, I wound up having to have surgery on it, and it's better, but it still bothers me from time to time. I guess you could say I got good days and bad uh, between my right knee, my lower back, and my elbow. Uh, so whenever we got back from Iraq is when I found out about VA. So they told us to go and register uh, with them, and also I did. And a doctor from there wanted to evaluate me, and of course my arm was still in a sling from the surgery. And 2 years later, I get a letter from the VA that said I had 10% compensation on my right knee and 10 on my right elbow. But I wasn't applying for compensation because I didn't, still again at the time, I didn't know anything about it. And that's when I learned about the compensation. So I started talking to people and learning more about it and all. And of course, as the, each year, it seems like my injuries get worse. Naturally, getting older. Here I am, 50 years old now, and I'm having more bad days than good. Um, a friend of mine that works with me, he knew about Trajector and what they did, and he sent me the link, and I contacted them, and because I didn't know what to do, I didn't know who to go to. what to put in the packet to submit for compensation. I had tried it before with my lower back, and they deemed it non-military related, which was BS because I was active duty when it happened. So, but anyway, so they put a packet together for all my injuries, and I provided them with all the documents that they requested. I do have one negative thing to say about Trajector, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I read each thing that was written up on each of my injuries, and the one on my lower back was I had to go in there and edit the entire thing because it was worded unprofessionally, in my opinion. But I did get 20% on my back, and I owe that to Trajector for doing that, and as well as my the other compensations that I got. So they brought me up to 50%, which helps out. And I mean, if you're stuck in a position and you can't get your compensation, I highly recommend that you reach out to Trajector. They have a professional staff, or as far as everyone that I've spoken with has been very friendly and knowledgeable on what to do, how to present yourself, how to go into your little interviews uh, for each claim.